I think it's time to sell some of these cards. You guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And yes, Kong still has the mystery packs up. They actually should begin shipping tomorrow. There's codes in here to get Forbidden Crown and some of those upcoming popular meta changing cards that you are going to need. I'll leave a link down below so you guys can grab yours today. So, later this afternoon, I guess I'm going to have to... me and my friend were talking about possible changes to the format. So we actually made a ban list of things that we kind of wanted to talk about, see change across the game. Now, I wanted to use today's Market Watch also talk about some cards that, you might want to see moved. We got an announcement that our next Genesis ban list should be around the 15th, which gives us 6 days to kind of twiddle our thumbs and hope that Konami is going to, get us a list. Some of the other Yu-Gi tubers have already shifted over to the it's time to talk about ban list content. This was about the time last year that we actually received a ban list. And this game does need an overhaul pretty badly. It's not that the format itself is bad, it's reached the point of being stale. And that's why we need change. A lot of people forget the Forbidden and Limited list has to be a thing that changes up the game. We can't stagnantly set in the same pile of cards. And the problem is we don't get changing stuff until next month, actually February. So, there's a lot to kind of think about there. Pre-prep was one of those cards I wanted to talk about today, and I'll probably talk more on this later this afternoon when we do that video. Pre-prep is one of those cards that you look at in Mitsurugi and you go, hot diggity dog. This card is absurd. It adds a ritual spell, and then it pulls back a ritual monster. It's the 2-for-1 special. I mean, this guy is definitely getting fat on the absolute gluttonous meal that he's been having. But realistically, if we can't actually hit Mitsurugi because of, the future legendary decks, then we have to make some actual concessions, and we have to go after things like pre-preparational rights to slow the deck down, which I think is fine. Obviously, this card has been $22 to $23 for most of its life, and I mean, usually you do see these rotating pretty quickly. There's not been a lot of sales on this, luckily, so it's not necessarily too crazy up. Well, I was going to go to the other versions. Pre-prep's definitely got enough other copies to keep this card pushed down. Also, look in retrospective from pre-prep to prep. Alright, prep is only a $5 card. Platinum Seeker Heirs, which is your next version, which is like $2 to $3. You do see some of the battles coming in for like 2 to 3s. It is a discussion on what to approach, though, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Konami taking this card, bonking it, spinning it off into the Stone Ages, and it just kind of is their job to fix it out. Now, this one has been the no-brainer for the entirety of this format. This card is the card that has the biggest eyes on it right now, because in reality, I mean, this card is everything. It's the bridge, it's the bridge, it's a negate, it's a negate, it's a bridge. Do I need to tell you guys it's a bridge again? The problem with this card is it's too good. Gravity Control. Oh, well, you can go ban Gravity Controller. Oh my god, that fixes all the problem. Who let him in here? Who let him in here? Go away. We're not banning Gravity Controller. Alright? We can ban Herald. Just get it done. This card is still $7 to $8 a piece. If it gets banned, I'm not going to be the saddest boy. Alright? The problem is it's an $8 card. Yes, it's a QCR, but Konami already blew up Appaloosa. Thank you, TCG player search functionality. I totally... See, this is the struggle that we creators go through here when we want to talk about this. All these heralds are dog water. Oh my god, the gold. Yeah, they printed this thing into oblivion. Yeah. Bye-bye. Alright? Drawn Lockbird. Man, I'm blowing all of the content. $70, $29 to $30. 25s for the QCRs. 14s for the CRs, actually. Maximum golds at 5s. Yeah, we'll talk more about Drawn Lockbird this afternoon. Draco Tail, this has become one of the main highlights of the current meta. I mean, people figuring out you can play Shaddolls with this now. I mean, your innovations with this were like, run the Blazing Cartesius, go to the branded package, extend through and go to Shaddolls. I mean, the Shaddol innovations are as of 2 days ago, coming off of the remote dual ICS now. So now you have to worry about this deck making Winda. So, yeah. Rahus are still $39 to 40s. Ketu Draco Tails, 31s. And it's got a fresh ultimate rare, everybody. That and Joe Cool are both highlights of what we expect. Arthalion Starlights are 33s. Malulu's coming in at 33s, still going. Looks like Lucius coming in at 23. I love this 374, but they're charging $19.99 shipping. Cha-ching! Oh my gosh, the value. You know what? You've got me curious. Let's go take a look at Shop from Other Sellers. What items do you have up? You have a Lucius Starlight Rare. Wow, that is so sad, actually. Zombie Vampire, this is, I'm not going to talk about this one too much here, but, you guys can watch the discussion later this afternoon for, this guy, but, you know, I don't know why I expected this card to be worth more, but I'm not really disappointed to see that these are cheap. Honestly, I'm kind of happy to see that these are affordable. Oh, God, you! Why are you so much for a common? Why am I spending $1.34 on a common when I can get a rare for 48 cents? This is Water Barrier Statue is the most expensive barrier statue to date. Holy crap, Barrier Statue of the Heavens barely comes up behind it. And then the Dark Barrier Statue barely comes up behind it. This is batshit bananas for the penny songs. God. High Earth Barrier Statue, R.I.P. Hello, other Light Barrier Statue. Well, you know, I hate these cards. Wait, Robbie, you're the stun player? Whoa. Okay, I like the barrier statues, I do. The problem is 7 Tachyon made pretty much all of them pretty broken. You know, you still have the water barrier statue that's used in Mermail. You've got the dark barrier statue, which can be used with Heka Hands and Chimera. I mean, it's no stranger that that's a thing. Light barrier statue also can be used in some of these other decks as well. I think light barrier statue, unironically, is the safest of the 3 barrier statues, even though it has a 7 Tachyon target right now. But I just don't realistically see anybody going for the light barrier statue and trying to play it right now. It's unrealistic. Oh, God. You know, Yummy cards are some of the cheapest Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that we have seen. I'm not talking about you today. Go away. Snatchy is still $29. I mean, that's not terrible. You've still got the $24 Cupsies and the Yummies. The cookies, God, these are $16. And of course, lollipops are 12s. You know, it's kind of hilarious to think about just how much Yummy has dipped down in terms of, you know, availability. Also, we want to talk about this really quick. So you guys remember Hornet Drones was, for the longest time, and I am to blame for this too. I shattered it and pissed it on the floor as we, you know, complain about a lot of the community talking about cards. This is one of those cards that definitely was discussed. Now, I mean, times have changed. Herald's on the chopping block. Hornet Drones has somehow stabilized and fixed itself again. I think the card is okay to stay. I don't really think that there's a need to push this card out of the meta right now. It feels acceptable now for what it's able to kind of bring to the table. So we'll see where this goes. But that's all I've got for you today. I got to get this pushed out so that you guys actually have some content this morning. But please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And, well, we'll talk more about this later this morning. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.